Sonic Chronicles, the dark blah blah blah. You know what? This game sucks. Now, did I play through the entire game? No, I didn't. In fact, I could only bear to play this game for a few hours, and you might say, well, how can you give the game a real review if you didn't play the whole thing? And you have a point. But at the same time, if I strap you down into a chair and wail on you with a hockey stick for a few hours, how long do you think it'll take for you to figure out that it hurts? This game was made by BioWare, not Sonic Team, which sure as hell could have fooled me, because in what can now only be suspected as some vast conspiracy to ruin what was once one of the most recognizable figures in all of gaming, BioWare has gone and mimicked all the massive errors that Sonic Team has put into all the Sonic games over the past several years. The result being a game that, while they may have had some solid ideas and good potential, all those ideas are so horribly executed that the game is virtually unplayable. The first and foremost of those problems being the abysmally conceived controls. The game forces you to use the stylus for everything, as in up, down, left, right, A, B, X, Y, do absolutely nothing. Even on the start screen, the start button doesn't do anything. The only buttons that do anything are L, R, and start when you're in the game, with L and R both being interact with object. Why the hell couldn't A do that like it usually does? The only way to move around is to drag the stylus around the screen, which Sonic is extremely inefficient at following, and you have to stop and hit an icon every time you need to jump or drop or whatever, so every time you try to get anywhere it's clumsy and awkward and just doesn't cooperate with you. The drawn 2D backgrounds are fine, but the 3D rings placed around make it difficult at times to see whether they're on the ground or floating in the air, which can make it annoying when you're trying to figure out where the invisible paths are. In battle, the commands are no better, with the buttons still being useless, having to tap at commands off a list that are uncomfortably close together, and the back command is a space in the corner of the screen. On top of that, after picking a command, you have to pick its target by touching it. Fine, but before you can do that, you have to wait a moment for the camera to shift to where the targets are. So if you want to do the same command repeatedly, like, say, attacking the same enemy, then you have to go pick command, wait a sec, pick enemy, wait a sec, pick command, wait a sec, pick enemy, etc., etc., instead of just hitting A like you usually can. The game also has special input commands for doing special moves, which could have been fun, but the touch sensitivity on the game doesn't seem to be working properly either, which makes them annoying instead. And the stupid part is that most of these have multiple parts, and if you miss any of it and don't input the commands perfectly right, then your special move will completely miss. Even your self-buffing moves will totally whiff, which doesn't even make sense. Which brings me to my next point. What the hell is up with the accuracy in this game? I'm at the beginning of the game here, and I'm getting smacked around by normal enemies it's taking minutes to defeat because literally 3/4 of all my attacks miss. And even if you get the specials right so they hit, you only have enough MP to do one, maybe two of them before you run out, with your MP increasing at a snail's pace if it increases at all when you level up. The other thing you'll notice on the level up is that for some odd reason, everyone's highest stat is defense. Sonic's highest stat is not speed, it's defense, and not by a little bit either. Everyone's defense is by far their highest ability, which also ties into the shops in the game being utterly useless too. When I got to the first shop in the game, I had 143 rings, which I could spend 35 of to buy one piece of equipment for one of the 4 characters on my team to raise their defense by 1 point, when everyone's defense is already at least 20, so equipment is pretty much meaningless, and while I'm at it, the story is crap too. Alright, a Sonic RPG should be quick-paced and steady, at least for an RPG anyway, but everything about this is slow, clunky, and like puzzle pieces that don't fit together, and in that respect it's kind of like Luminous Arc, by which I mean just because you have a whole mess of previously used game ideas picked and pasted into one game doesn't automatically make it a good game. Those features have to be properly executed and utilized or else they're just pointless. Okay, this game was not fun for me to play, it just felt like an annoying chore. And while it could have been a nice little bonus onto the Hedgehog's franchise, instead it's just another nail in his coffin. And even if this game had been done right, this is not what Sonic needs right now. After all the crap that he's been through since his creator left the team after Sonic Adventure 2, as far as I'm concerned, his only chance for the survival of his reputation is for the next main branch Sonic game to be nothing short of mind-blowingly, undeniably awesome like we've never seen. Because that's the kind of miracle it's going to take to get Sonic out of the current vegetative state he's been stuck in. I mean, what the hell happened, Sonic? I used to think you were cool. Thank you, and good night.